two different things on my mind, and I've gone right up to the buzzer here. In fact, I'm in the game right now.
Yeah,
the game has
make a call
started.
here, Coach.
What the hell are the Pirates doing? I have all the Steelers stuff ready to go. What are we doing here? If the calling card this season was how hard we try, and Don Kelly constantly talking about how his team never gives up, and man, are they a hard-nosed group in there? What are we doing? It looks like a bit of a white flag has been raised around here, if you ask me. You're pulling Paul Skeens after 65 pitches. We have Jared Triolo batting leadoff. What the hell is that? What are we doing?
If you can't cry or you just don't want to cry anymore, you have to laugh.
I'm in between both. I'm not crying. I'm not laughing. I'm raging. This guy's mired in a 1-for-11 slump. Of course, his whole career has been a slump. That's your leadoff hitter? Really? I don't care how many injuries you have. That's your leadoff guy. I don't give a crap what he does against lefties either. What is he doing against lefties anyways, Limits? Let me look this up.
He's better, but it's still not
He stinks
ideal.
against lefties, too. He's 255 with a 630 OPS. So what are we doing? And then they leave Ramirez in there for 44 pitches.
Yep. Just let Johan
What are you trying to
cook.
kill the guy?
Let Johan cook.
You take Skeens out after 65, your horse, your ace, your franchise face, and you leave this dude in here for 44 in one inning because you had a bullpen game the previous day? I know you did. But you also acquired 87 relievers at the deadline. You can't use one of them. You just leave that guy out there to die on the vine, and that's when the game was lost, by the way. If the bullpen does its job, they win the game. 5-4 by my calculations. And maybe they go to extra innings. I don't know. Jared Triolo's your leadoff guy. Then you start to mount a comeback, and you pinch hit for your leadoff guy. How much does that happen? How often does that happen in Major League Baseball? They pinch hit for their leadoff guy in the 6th inning. Oh, Limits. So they pull their leadoff hitter in the 6th inning, but here's the real punchline. The other team has a righty in the game, and you have O'Neal Cruz back on the team and Spencer Horwitz on your bench, but you don't use either one of them. In the middle of this rally, when you have all the momentum and you have a righty on the mound, I should say. So that calls for a left-handed hitter. You have Cruz here. Why is he here if he can't play or if you won't play him? Why did you call him up? Why is he on the bench? What's Horwitz doing? What are we doing? What's anybody doing? So in comes Jacob Gonzalez, for God's sakes. And the rally ends immediately. What's Jacob Gonzalez been doing lately? He's a borderline major league player. Let me look up his numbers real time as I'm talking on the radio. And then they wind up losing the game 8-5. They are the most frustrating sports team in Pittsburgh that I can remember. I don't remember one like this. Every night you just want to punch yourself in the face. You really do, watching this team, even when they win. This guy stinks. He's hitting .229 this month. He hit .188 last month. Gee, I guess that's why he got released. And he's just, I don't know. Did they acquire him in a trade? Was he released? He stinks. That's all I know.
He sucks, Ron.
So they put Jacob Gonzalez in the game. They keep Ramirez in for 44 pitches. They call up Cruz and don't use him. They don't use Horwitz in the whole game. Did I mention they had Triolo batting leadoff last night and pinch hit for him during their rally? How many times has that happened in the history of baseball? I'd love to know. In the history of Major League Baseball, how many times have you pinch hit for your leadoff guy, who's perfectly healthy, by the way, in the 6th inning? Maybe it was the 5th. I don't remember. I don't care. How often does a team pull its leadoff hitter and pinch hit for him in the middle of a rally in the 6th inning? And then you have the other guy, I know I'm repeating myself because I can't remember what I said, in there for 44 pitches, and that's when you lost the game. What is going on over there? And then the Skeens thing. Just shut him down. Get him out. Stop it. That's your guy. You're in basically Game 7 the other night with your season still on the line. Now it's over. It doesn't matter anymore now. And you pull him after 65 pitches? And he says, if I were the manager, I'd have done it too. What the hell's going on over there? Where's the owner? What's he doing? What's anybody doing? What's the GM doing except saying that Skeens is having an excellent season when his ERA is like 6 over the past 16 starts? He stinks too right now. He's supposed to be your best player. And I wanted to start with the Steelers. I have never seen, I've been here since 1989. I've adopted I followed the Pirates from the time that I was Limit's age. No, half of Limit's age. Since the time I was 7. You seem like you're 7 sometimes, Limits. No offense.
I really do. But I look 7 today?
Sort of, yeah. You're looking younger now. You're Benjamin Button. You're going in reverse. I have never seen a team in this town more frustrating than the 2026 Pirates. Do you agree? Is that what you feel? And I know there's recency bias involved here. And there's been frustrating teams. All 3 teams have been frustrating at times. I just can't remember anything like this. Every night I tune this thing in and I want to throw the clicker. And yes, I still call it a clicker. I want to throw it at the TV and just smash everything and break things. Do you? I'm curious at 412-928-9370. And I'm starting to lean toward just firing Cherington and Kelly as this season peters out in a pathetic whimpering. It really is pathetic to watch. It really is. To see the guy that you built this franchise around leave willingly after 65 pitches and then his next start get pushed back 3 days as the season continues to slip away. What's he going to do next game? Throw 15 pitches and you pull him? But you leave Ramirez in for 44 in 1 inning. It's pathetic. It really is. And if the one thing that you were selling, like they always sell around there, is hard work and toughness and resilience and all that, as if that's not to be expected for multimillionaires playing Major League Baseball. Like that's the last thing you should ever have to mention or feel compelled to mention, is that they don't give up. Great. They don't give up. What else you got? Apparently with the 2026 Pirates, nothing. Including the people in charge of this franchise, the people to whom the franchise has been entrusted. And I know it always goes back to the owner. I know that. I had that discussion before the show with our dear friend City Limits, who wanted to blame Cherington for everything. And part of me agrees, but if you blame him, then it's on the guy who hired him. But if your only selling point in the end is look at how we didn't give up, well, what do you got now? What do you got now? Because it sure looks to me like they're just running out the string here. And it's just sad to watch. And I'm trying to put myself into a rabid fan's shoes watching that game last night. And I think I just would have either turned off the game, as Limits did, he told me in the 3rd inning, and I know a lot of people did. Or again, because you care so much, just probably found yourself in a fit of rage again, or disbelief, or both, as soon as you saw the lineup. I heard somebody say on the air the other day, I honestly don't remember who, hey, nobody wants to hear it, but Tree's been your best hitter since the All-Star break. He has? In August, let me look this guy up. I'm stuck on Jacob Gonzalez here, their big left-handed pinch hitter who might not be in baseball next season.
While you do that, let me say one thing.
Please.
I turned it off because I care too much, and I feel like my heart just continues to get ripped right out of my chest every time I watch a game now. So I turn it off so that I don't put myself more into a doldrum of despair and sadness.
I like the alliteration with the doldrum of despair.
Joe, I have to just get away from the disappointing nature of it all.
How is Triolo? Whoever said this the other day was like, I know nobody wants to hear it, but he's hitting .219 in August. With a .637 OPS, he has one extra base hit the whole month.
He's in .212 in his last 15 games. He's not hitting that well.
What are we doing? Why is he the leadoff hitter? So even before the game started, if I'm a fan, I'm calling people and texting people and already angry. And then the game starts, and I got to watch. Oh, I didn't even mention this yet. Carmen Majinski, who was half the story last night. The guy who bitches and moans about not being a starter anymore, even though at that time he had allowed 80 base runners in 55 innings. And then he goes to the bullpen, and I'm one who argued that they actually used him right in the bullpen. His ERA would be proof of that at 2.15. But then he comes back in the rotation, and now this happens to him? So I would have been, by the third inning, I would have either shut the game off as Limits did, or just been, again, a night ruined by the Pirates. And not ruined like, oh man, here they go again. Ruined like, is there anything near me that I can smash into a wall? It's just so blank, 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 blank frustrating. And I know I've used that word a million times. I had my friend Jason Bumbliss, right, Limits, the coach of the Beaver basketball team.
He texts me occasionally about the games too.
He has some great legendary rants. And early in the season when they were winning, he used that word. He said, this team is just so frustrating. And my take then was, well, what do you want? They're above 500. I think they're going to get better. Griffin is here, blah, blah, blah. Skeens is already off to a great start. But he was on it then. Even when they win, you want to break crap. Yeah. Even when they win. It's the most frustrating Pittsburgh sports team that I can remember. That's the bottom line here. And last night was a perfect example of it. And if all you got to sell in the end is how resilient we are and how hard we try, what do you got now?